Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Void Rivals number 14. Written by Robert Kirkman. Lorenzo De Felici is the artist. Patricio Delpeche is the colorist. Rus Wooton is the letter. This has been a really interesting series. It started off kind of as the stealth launch of the Energon universe that includes G.I. Joe and Transformers. For a while, it kind of played off being the guest star. It felt kind of like the Love Boat of the three different properties, with a special guest star with every single issue. For the last few issues though, it really has kind of been focusing on the myth of this particular grouping. The backstory is that it's two societies that are at war. It followed two characters, Darak and Salila, who are kind of sent on a mission to go get more resources. They crash and had to kind of work together to escape and survive. Very enemy mine in that sort of way. And they've gotten back to their worlds, and they're kind of learning that there's this greater conspiracy going on. And what we've learned as readers is that these two societies, actually have some sort of connection to Cybertron and Transformers. Apparently, the god, or I should say goddess, that Salila worships is potentially a prime. Zerta is the name that they're giving. There is also hints that if these two societies come together, everything ends, but maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing, because with this ending, maybe a new beginning happens in a better society. That's kind of teased as well. There's clearly some sort of entity waking up. I thought it was Unicron. Now I'm not 100% sure. There's things with the quintessons that have been teased. And now we've got Hot Rod looking for Springer, and that's kind of what this issue deals with. This is one where all those kind of things that have been teased in the first two arcs are starting to come together. Salila is still kind of searching for Zerta deep in the planet. She seems lost. And then Darak is dealing with his father, and the ship is approaching, which Darak then volunteers to go intercept. It's interesting. It's really where it goes and what happens from there, I think is intriguing. We get, as I said, this is where things kind of start coming together. There's stuff with Cobra Law that was at the end of Cobra Commander. I think it was Cobra Commander where it ended. I seem to be on a crash course with all this. So this seems to be the series where everything's kind of going to be clashing together at some point, and it's going to be, I think, intriguing to see how all these different parts come together. And that's maybe also, I think that's one of the best parts of it right now, but also part of the negative. There's been a thing with the Stuxoid, classic character from the cartoon, kind of like a armadillo-ish, piggish character that's a mercenary. He's been, throughout the various issues, kind of spotlighted. Here he gets a page. So we don't see a lot of movement in his story, but there's clearly some movement in the story. There's some movement with the Cobra Law stuff. There is some movement with Hot Rod showing up. There's some movement with the Quintessons showing up. There's some movement with the crazy, maybe Unicronish planet that is happening. Or maybe it's Zerta. I'm not quite sure. It's all there's so many different pieces. Some of it's not being given a lot of focus, which is maybe a little bit of a negative. So you're kind of oh, cool, where's this going? Oh, it's literally a page, and you move on. So it's good in that a lot of things teased are finally coming together. It's bad in that we're getting a page here, a page there, and it's not enough to move those stories, and you're just kind of oh, cool. Art is always fantastic. I love this series in that it feels like it bridges the gap between G.I. Joe and Transformers, that there's kind of a coldness to it, but it's also organic. Art style, or the world seems kind of brutal in many ways. It's just very, very cold and not organic, I think is the best way of putting it. But it's good. There's really interesting, intriguing stuff that happens here. And I'm digging it. I can't wait to see where this arc is going, and it feels like the series is starting to really pay off from. And for those who've seen my reviews, that I was a little wishy-washy. But as a whole, I think the whole is much greater than the sum of its parts. So yeah, it's a good issue, and I can't wait to see where it all goes. And what happens. You could go get your issue. It's out in shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so you do get a small percentage by doing that. You help support our site, so thank you. And just watch our video, support us as always, so thank you for that. If you're into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.